Secrets to shrink your belly revealed.
You can have one serving of these foods.
Whether you have a Pooch, Muffin, Bloated Belly, or all three, Dr. Oz shows you what to eat for a tighter tummy.
And I'm gonna give you one very specific tip.
Plus, can't sleep through the night? The #1 reason you're getting up and what to do about it. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
Here's a big question. Do you know your belly type? Well, knowing how you can store fat can help you minimize your middle, because getting a tighter tummy isn't a one-size-fits-all plan. So today, I'm gonna show you what to eat right now for your belly type. You interested in all this topic? I think you might be. Let's get into it. There are 3 major belly types. The first belly type is the Pooch Belly. This is the belly where the fat sort of settles in the front part, in the lower part of your belly. You all know who you are. Next is the Muffin top belly. That's where the fat sort of hangs over the pants around the waist, sort of walking around like this, right? And then finally, the Bloated Belly. In this case, the bulge distributes itself evenly throughout your entire belly, and it changes size throughout the day. Now, you can be one of these belly types, or you could be all 3 of them throughout different points in your life. So let's start with the Pooch. Megan says she's having a tough time. She's tired of having a Pooch belly. How are you?
Tired of a Pooch. How are you?
So what bothers you about your little Pooch?
What bothers me the most is it won't go away. You know, it's here, I've done crunches, and it sticks around. We go shopping together, we work together, but the Pooch, it stays.
Okay, let's find out what's really behind your Pooch belly.
That stubborn Pooch belly you can't seem to get rid of just under your belly button comes down to your muscle tone. Age and lower testosterone levels can weaken and thin out your core muscles, adding to the amount of fat that migrates to your lower belly, eventually resulting in the dreaded Pooch belly.
So Megan, when did you first notice that little Pooch?
I would definitely say when I was younger, probably my college years, you know, and the fortunate thing is there's no kid to show for this. This is burgers, ice cream, and French fries.
All right.
The Pooch just came.
It'll come bigger sometime. So just because you're born with it, which a lot of people think they are, doesn't mean you can't get rid of it. The things that can work right now. So here's what you can do for a Pooch belly type. You can have one serving of any of these foods. All of these foods are rich in magnesium and zinc. The edamame, oysters are a very rich source. They're canned versions, which people generally like more than the raw ones if they're a little squeamish about the slipperiness. Do you like slippery oysters?
I'm not, so I might try this candy.
I knew why you'd have a Pooch. If you only ate oysters, all right? Almonds, yogurt, wheat germ, all these. And, you know, interestingly, proteins have magnesium and zinc. But independent of this, you also, second big tip here, you got to get a serving of protein into every one of your meals. It's important because if you can fill a quarter of your plate with protein, it's a 1-2 punch. It'll give you those amino acids, the building blocks to build up muscle. Now, now that you have all the needed elements, you need the hormones and the protein to base your muscle in, you actually have to build the muscle. So come on over here. You're gonna have to do this when you first wake up in the morning. I don't have to even get you out of bed to do this exercise. It's so easy. So lie on your back if you don't mind. Now, a lot of folks do crunches, right? And you mentioned crunches, haven't really done it for you. Problem with crunches is sometimes the muscles sort of split this way. They don't come together this way. They open up, especially if you've had a baby, which I know you haven't, but in that case. So what I want you to do is a little exercise that works really well, because all you got to do is lift your legs about 6 inches off the ground. Go ahead, lift it up, and then keep it there.
That's it?
No, you don't have to move or anything else. Now, ideally, you go a little higher, a little lower, but never touch your feet to the ground. And guys, do it for as long as you can. And when you get tired, stop, and then do it once more, and then once more after that. Do it 3 times total. What are you doing?
Oh, I thought you said until I didn't want to do it anymore.
No.
I know you wanted me to keep going.
That. All right. So you do it and work up to a little more time each time, and you build that lower muscle. You feel the lower muscle get a little bit taut. And with those building blocks I gave you earlier, it'll help you a little bit. All right. Now, I wanted to get to the next belly type. This is something that Alyssa sent me. It's a Facebook posting. She says, Dr. Oz, can you tell me the difference between my waist and these blueberry muffins? How can I get rid of this annoying fat? Alyssa, is that from you?
Yes.
Oh, very, very clever. Shed it in. Thank you for joining us. So what have you tried so far to get rid of that muffin top?
It's a matter of what I haven't tried. I've tried every diet, exercise, even duct tape.
Duct tape?
Duct tape.
Where do you place it?
Everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Try to pull it up.
What a clever idea.
I'm always trying to disguise it.
All right. So first off, I'm going to go in between you and that muffin top. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on inside of you. Take a look.
The muffin top is the most common type of belly fat, and it's the first place many women start to gain weight. Why? It all boils down to one word: stress. When you're stressed out, your body produces cortisol. And if your stress is chronic, too much cortisol. This increases your appetite for sugar, which in turn feeds the fat cells around your waist. Over time, giving you the muffin top belly.
Are you ready to melt away that muffin top?
Yes.
All right. And we're going to deal with some of the stresses that go along with it. So before I tell you what you can do, let me just go over one thing that's a reality. There's something you can't do. Eliminate simple sugars is part of the plan because sugars are no-no from now on. Listen, it's suicide for the muffin top to try to take sugar. So you're already stressed out. Then you have the worst nightmare possible for muffin top. You have a little white bread, white pasta, white rice, cookies, cakes. All those things feed a body that's already primed because you're sort of stressed to take those calories and deposit them right here, which is what muffin tops do all the time because you got all that cortisol floating around. So instead of taking that fat and depositing it here, we're going to stop that process by cutting out those white foods.
So stop putting icing on the top of the muffin.
Beautifully You should be a poet. I love that. That's exactly. No more icing on the top of your muffin top, which is what that white stuff's doing. Oh, I like that idea. All right. Now, here's what you can do to melt away the muffin top. The first thing is 1 cup of complex carbs first thing in the morning. Now, I could give you lots of tips, but there's an important reason I'm picking complex carbs. It gives you some of the sugar you want, but in the right way. The other thing I want is 3 times a day to take some of these monounsaturated fats into your diet. These monounsaturated fats are important for a lot of reasons, but in particular, they help with blood sugar regulation, and they blast away that stuff muffin top because of that. They come in many forms: olive oils, the almond butters, all the nut butters. In fact, nuts themselves do it. Dark chocolate. I'm giving you chocolate, right? Dark chocolate is always good. You can put it on your bread, put it on your carrot. No, dark chocolate has monounsaturated fats. Avocados are a great source. And I'm going to give you one very specific tip. Coconut oil. You're taking this home with you today. I want you to replace 2 tablespoonfuls of other sources of fat with 2 tablespoonfuls of coconut oil. There was a study that showed that people who did this seemed to stimulate their metabolism in a way that helped them shrink their waistlines. So I'm not even giving you less calories. I'm just telling you to replace bad calories with good calories. Now, we've talked about stress a little bit. What stresses you out the most? Besides your muffin top.
Nothing really. I try to enjoy things, so it doesn't really stress me. I guess it is more than I realize it is.
Well, whenever I see people with muffin tops, I think they might be burying what they're sensing deeply. So I'm going to just give you one little mantra. I want you to pick a word that you could sort of meditate through, a calming word, cloud, ocean. There's so many that you could air, one that makes you sort of feel good. And I want you to be able to say it out loud. So pick a word you like.
Love?
Love. Perfect. It's a great word. So just say love. And as you say it, and you say it 3 times, I want you just to take a moment, breathe the word in, exhale as you say the word, and then just let your thoughts wander and don't focus on anything. Okay, so together. Love. Love. One more time. Love. Now, it's a very simple technique. You can do it in an elevator. People might stare at you, but they're not going to bother you. Those simple little techniques added to this, I think, will help you a little bit. Okay. And don't forget, that's yours.
Thank
you. Thanks, Alyssa. All right, let's move on to the last belly type. It's the bloated belly. Take a look.
If you're the bloated belly type, your bulge doesn't sit in just one specific area. It's evenly distributed across your belly, spreading from your pelvic area to your chest, and changes size throughout the day. Caused by inflammation and an imbalance in your digestive system, your gut contains an excess of bad bacteria, making it more likely to retain water and gas, leaving you with the bloated belly.
Virginia says she suffers from the bloated belly type. So describe your belly for me.
Well, Dr. Oz, I travel a lot, and in the morning I can button a blouse up. By the end of the day, that blouse is about to pop open. Sometimes I feel like a balloon, like air has been injected during the balloon during the day, and it's like, you know, I'm 60 years old, and all of a sudden I have this yes.
Are you 60? You look fabulous. Oh my goodness. Are you really?
Yes. Oh, it's that wonderful night cream I use.
We'll do a show on that next.
Oh, indeed you will. But it's kind of like I have this jiggly wiggly thing going on here. Yeah. So I came to you to ask you to show me a simpler discipline that can create a simple lifestyle, because sometimes if it's too difficult,
Yeah.
you know, you'll stop doing it.
No,
So I just
hear
want
you.
some simple.
Let me ask you one question, though. What is it preventing you from doing, that bloated belly?
Well, probably 95% of the beautiful clothes in my closet I can't fit. And also, I travel a lot, so I'm a lot in exotic locations, and so I don't wear, you know, I have to cover it up.
You gotta cover it up. All right. So let's go through a couple tips. This is what I want everyone to do if they got a bloated belly type. You can have one serving of these foods. And I picked these in particular. These are foods that have been demonstrated to blast away bloat in different ways. So ginger, for example, reduces some of the gas in our intestinal system. Pineapple aids with digestion. Parsley is a fantastic natural diuretic. You will pee like a racehorse if you take some, which is what you want. You want to get some of the fluid off as well. It also helps with toxin elimination for that reason. And I like fermented foods for a bunch of reasons. You know, I like the fact that they have probiotics in them, which helps with intestinal management, because you want to reduce inflammation in your gut. But let me give you, if I can, a bonus tip. Something that I've used in my own life that might be valuable for you. Come around back here. Let's play a little game. It's called the building blocks game. Okay. Pretend each of these blocks represents a meal, roughly the size of your meal. So when you have breakfast, is that usually a big or a small meal? Small. Okay, so let's make that the building block. And then is your lunch or the dinner the next big meal?
It's
medium. And then your dinner's sort of big?
Oh, yes.
All right. So this is the American diet. All right? It doesn't look very stable, does it?
Not at all.
Yeah, so you blow too hard and it comes crumbling down, and that effectively leads to the bloating that you're experiencing.
Yes.
So what I want you to do is have your biggest meal in the morning, then have your lunch, and then have your dinner. What ends up happening is you're allowing your body to jumpstart the right way, because it's ready to digest in the morning. It'll take whatever you put in there and it'll churn it out. By the time you get to the end of the day, the body's a little tired. It doesn't want to have to do a lot of work.
Okay.
So whether you're traveling around the world or you're sitting in your den in this country, it's the same basic principle. The bloat-busting foods, eat in the right amounts at the right time during the day, and this is a simple technique, because as you asked for, that most people can do.
Well, let me ask you this.
Please.
You know, now that I'm 60,
I love this. No, listen, if I can get everyone to be proud of being 60 the way you are, I'd be so happy.
I am very proud of it.
People should be. 60 years of wisdom and beauty.
Thank you. You know, I understand that this fat can be deadly fat. It can be very dangerous fat if I don't do something like right now. So my goal is to firm it up.
Yep.
So I can live happy ever after.
Well, you've probably heard about our Total 10 Rapid Weight Loss Plan, which you've got millions, literally millions of people downloading and using now.
Okay.
I want you to do that plan.
Okay.
It works. It is some of the best ideas from the best experts that I've done. We'll do our 1,000th show this month, folks. 1,000th show. We've got a lot of experience. You do that plan, it will work for you. It'll work short-term for rapid loss, and it'll work long-term for sustained loss.
Okay.
Virginia, thank you very much. The full meal plan and what to do for your belly type is on DrOz.com. We'll be right back.
Next, nothing is more annoying than waking up in the middle of the night. The biggest reason? Your bladder. It could be a sign that something is wrong. Learn the symptoms and how to get your bladder through the night. That's next on the Dr. Oz Show.
Put a little love in your heart.
All month long, the ultimate guide to heart health.
The power to save your heart is in your hands.
All this February on the Dr. Oz Show.
It's 2 a.m. and you're up again. And it's not because you can't sleep. It's the number one reason why you wake up in the middle of the night is your bladder. Now admit it. You've gotten up to pee or been woken up because your spouse has had to go. Is that a common scenario here? Yes. Yeah. Right, so one guy in this audience was so tired of his wife's late night pee break that he recorded her. And she has no idea. Take a look.
My wife Kimberly wakes up multiple times during the night to go to the bathroom. It's the sound of her peeing that keeps me up. It just disturbs me. So tonight, I'm hoping to get some video of the waterworks so you can see what I'm dealing with. Okay, Dr. Oz, it's 1:15 a.m. and Kim just got out of bed. I'm gonna go and try to record her peeing.
Just go into the bathroom.
now you can see what I'm dealing with. Please, Dr. Oz, help me save my marriage.
So Steve and his unsuspecting wife, Kim, are here. Kim, did you have any idea how much these evening breaks of yours were messing with your husband?
No, I mean, he mentioned it. Like, did you get up to pee last night? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I heard you. Didn't know they were bothering you that much. You had to bring me here.
Are you mad at him? Well, we'll talk later.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
Right. Well, this doesn't just happen to women. The men in my audience are not safe either. You've had your nighttime pee breaks recorded too. And one of these sneaky ladies in the audience sent this to me.
My fiance Jason has been keeping me up for months. OMG. And I'm tired. So I'm gonna turn him into you once and for all. It's 1:45 a.m. And guess who's up going to the bathroom? I'm about to go follow him. Come on.
Oh, man. Listen.
Did y'all hear that? Loud as he was, it sounded like a man with a hose watering grass.
Welcome, Cherie and Jason. A man watering grass. Did you have any idea this was coming down?
No. I can't believe she did this.
So, is that a truthful rendition of what was going on?
Yes, so I work out at night, and when I come back from working out, I always drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
And then she always complains because she says, you were up again, and then you fall back to sleep, and I'm up. And I didn't expect her to put me on the show.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot, Doctor. Huh?
So, Cherie, a lot of women who wrote into us complained of a mystery water in the bathroom after their husbands had gone to the bathroom. Does that happen to you? You know, we get tired at night, we don't aim so well.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time, Dr.
All right, I got you in enough trouble. Come on over here. There's a men in my audience. I want all the men to listen very carefully to this.
Do you hear that noisy stream?
Does that sound familiar to any of you? Bruce and Yvette are joining us. Congratulations. Bruce, that was a long time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're trying to drink more water to be healthy. So, you know, during the day and in the evening, I drink a lot of water because it's better for you.
Yvette, how often does Bruce wake you up?
I would say he wakes me up about 2 to 3 times a night.
All right.
Yes.
Well, listen, again, this is fun and it's funny. I do enjoy doing this, but part of the reason I brought up this peeing in the middle of the night issue is because it actually can be serious sometimes. So come on over here. I'm going to tell you if your pee is normal if you go at night. So
Okay.
all the couples, come on now. You guys come with me as well. Okay. We're going to go to our urination station. You got all the couples? Come around here. Now I'm going to ask y'all. Let me get you guys over here in the middle. And you couples, you can split up. You're probably going to split up on your own. That two you can sit over here. See, I'm curious if the wives will sit with the husbands still. That's the problem. All right, you gotta grab a seat there. Get comfortable. So we talked a little bit about the strength of the stream, right? Yeah. So Bruce, you have a pretty strong stream. Yeah. All right. So I want you, if you don't mind, we're gonna do the opposite. Show me what happens. Squeeze the sponge out over this water here. Okay. All right. And go ahead and squeeze as hard as you can. Now notice the little drips coming out. Ooh, drip, 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 drip. That little dripping. One of the best ways to know if your pee is normal at night, if you have a light stream like this, that's a concern, right? Because if it's not coming out the way I heard some of you guys going to the bathroom, that could mean that you're actually, if you're a woman, maybe having a urinary tract infection. And if you're a guy, it could mean that your prostate's squeezing down, which I'm pretty sure you guys don't have that problem from listening to you. Because go ahead and squeeze that in there and aim carefully, please. Okay. I told you aim carefully. Go ahead. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, very familiar.
If you got a strong stream like that, like you're, like a racehorse. Is that the word? A man watering his lawn, which is the first time I've heard that, which I love. Right, that's not normal. For both men and women, this could be an issue. If you go like this a couple times a night. So if it's super strong, you can stop there. That was pretty heavy. I thought you were going to miss and go like this. Go ahead and get him. You go. I should give it
the other way around.
Yeah, that's right. So if you're going like that, then I do want you to talk to somebody about it. They can put a little color monitor in your urine, and they can tell if it's too much sugar. You can buy those in drugstores too. Okay. But you know what? It's annoying, but it's perfectly normal to go to the bathroom once a night. If you're going more than that, it's a concern. So I'm going to give you all a tip. You all listening carefully? Yeah. This is what I want you all to do from now on. Across America, if you're one of these folks that are peeing a lot at night, I want you to do the double void technique. What does that mean? That means when you get home from working out, I'm hearing a lot of working out and drinking water here. When you get home and you have your nighttime routine, takes me, let's say, a half hour, 45 minutes, sometimes longer. The first thing you do in that routine is go to the bathroom and pee. And then one more time before you actually go to bed, try again, because you'll train your body to pee out a little extra urine, and chances are something will come out and you get a better night's sleep.
Oh, please.
Right. Thank you to all my wonderful couples. I've loved having you here. All right, we'll be right back.
Next, are you relying on energy drinks to get you through the day? Is the rush you're getting worth the painful crash that follows? Learn to avoid self-medicating with energy drinks, the plan to energize naturally without caffeine. Coming up next.
They're sold in nearly every supermarket, deli, or corner store, and millions of you are relying on them to get you through your day. Energy drinks, they become the go-to jolt. But like many of you, my next guest is questioning if the high is worth the crash. Take a look.
When it comes to energy drinks, I was an early fan from the get-go. I've been drinking them about 16 years now. I just love the taste, nice, cold, fizzy. I start first thing in the morning, grab my energy drink. Then I'll follow it up with an energy shot. Later in the morning, I'll re-energize with another drink or a shot. I'm like an infant that needs to be fed every 2 hours or I am not happy. When I'm at work, I have my little mini fridge stocked. I have my cup right next to me, full all the time, and I'll just sip throughout the day to keep me going, so I never crash. I make sure to have my energy shots everywhere. They're in my glove compartment. They're in my makeup bag. They're under the sink in my bathroom. On my worst days, I can have 6+ drinks and shots. I can't think straight or function without energy drinks. But I'm starting to worry about what it's doing to my health. My stomach's a mess. I have headaches. I'm incredibly moody. I'm not focused at all. My sleep pattern's a mess. I'm up till about 5 a.m. almost every night. Scariest of all, I've had heart palpitations. I've tried quitting with little to no success whatsoever. I've quit smoking. It was 10 times easier than quitting this. It has been a huge shackle around my ankle for many, many years, but I just can't seem to function without the jolt that it gives me. And how do I get that naturally from anything else?
So Jasmine, describe the rush you get when you take an energy drink.
Just even the moment I get it in my hand, it's a huge relief. And then I'm like Superwoman, ready to conquer the world no matter what, as long as I have my caffeine. If I don't have it, it's a totally different story. Headaches, nausea, anxiety. It's a longer list of bad things versus good things that I get from it.
And what's happened when you've tried to quit in the past?
And I tried very unsuccessfully to quit in the past. I'd resort to anything. Buying one just so I could smell it, just to, try to alleviate some of the symptoms. Headaches, the, anxiety, all that stuff is just amplified within a couple hours of the day. So
we know that the caffeine in those drinks causes a dependence, a physical dependence.
Definitely.
So I want to move past that and try to figure out, what is it you're trying to medicate with those energy drinks?
It's been, I'm like a baby with a pacifier. I just need to be comforted 24/7. And when it started, it was a period of my life where all my hours were full steam, from 8 in the morning till 3 in the morning, about 5 days a week. So that quick pick-me-up was just like the heavens opened up. And that kept me going on and on and on and on and on and on. So
when was the last time you had an energy drink? You're shaking like a leaf here.
About 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay. So let me walk through what's going on inside of you, I think. My first goal is to make sure that medically we're on the same page. So I ran some blood tests. We did a history on you. So I'm going to share that with the audience. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, come on back here. I'm trying to figure out what's the cause of your lack of energy? What is it that's driving you to look for a solution? So let me give you some good news.
Good,
We didn't find
great.
anything that was all that concerning, and I'm happy about that. But there are a couple places I looked more carefully because I was specifically focused on this energy issue.
Yeah.
So the first thing we look for is, again, this is true for a lot of us here. We have an energy crisis in America, and I think that this exhaustion that we're sensing has physical causes for many people. That's what we should be addressing, not painting over the cracks in the foundation of our health with caffeine. So we talked about exhaustion a little bit on that tape.
Yes.
You expressed that to me. You talked about the fact that you're not sleeping so well a little earlier, and I think we have put those pieces together. It's pretty clear. If you're not, if you're not going to bed till 5 in the morning, you're going to be exhausted, which again makes sense. But there must be something that we can do for that. What have you tried so far?
As far as getting different, I've researched like fruits and vegetables that I can blend into my diet for natural energy. That didn't seem to work. I've tried switching to coffee. Maybe it was like a little less caffeine than the extreme. That didn't work.
Well, I'm going to deal with this exhaustion issue head on. I don't think energy drink's the way to go there. In fact, I think it's the opposite. It's hurting the ability to sleep. Second big issue we looked at was your vitamin D. People with low vitamin D seem to have a difficulty with their energy levels, in addition to a bunch of other problems. There are 1 billion people suffering from low vitamin D. You're one of them.
Yes.
In fact, your numbers were one of the lowest I've ever seen.
Wow.
Period.
I believe it.
And definitely the lowest we've had on the show.
Wow.
So I want to deal with the underlying problems with you.
Okay.
There's a cycle. The caffeine's making it worse, not better. What would it mean to you if we can change that?
It'll mean the world if you could change that. I've seen, my dad is stage 4 on his way out, and his dying wish to me is to get it together and get my health on track. It's a really big price to pay for something so small. So.
All right, I'm sorry about your father. And I'm going to take care of you so you can take care of him.
Absolutely.
Right, when we come back, I plan to energize you without caffeine that everybody can benefit from. Stay here.
Next, do you need caffeine and energy drinks every day just to function? They may not be giving you the boost you think you're getting. Learn how to get off caffeine with easy and healthy replacements. The full plan to increase your energy naturally. Next.
Put a little love in your heart.
All month long, the ultimate guide to heart health.
The power to save your heart is in your hands.
All this February on the Dr. Oz Show.
Caffeine. It's a quick, easy way to put a little pep in your step. But what about when you need to have caffeine just to feel normal, just to function? Today I brought in one of the best doctors in all things natural. Dr. Tironi Lodog is joining us. She has the plan to energize without caffeine. She says that the idea of caffeine giving you energy is actually one big fat myth. What does caffeine really do in your opinion?
Well, we know what caffeine does. Caffeine acts like a drug. It releases hormones and chemicals in the body that are very similar to like stress hormones. So they give you a sense of being alert and feeling energy. The problem is, it's not really giving you energy, it's taking energy that you've stored in your body. So think of it like an ATM card, right? It's okay if you're just taking occasional withdrawals, but then making deposits through healthy eating and getting good sleep and things like that. My big concern is that you're not making a lot of deposits, you're just taking a lot of withdrawals, and now you're starting to feel that, right? You're starting to feel the consequences of feeling drained because we've sort of taken all your energy out of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend for someone like Jasmine? How do you actually come off the caffeine, which is part of the plan?
Well, you gave some insight, though, into how there's going to be some challenges with you coming off caffeine. Some people can just go off and no withdrawals. You actually are going to have some physical issues with going off caffeine. And so we just want to wean you off, right? We just want to do a weaning plan. So as you can see, we're going to have you stay on what you normally take, right? Sunday, Monday. But then on Tuesday, we're going to take one of those servings out. Now you got to count the servings. They can't just be, pouring them everywhere, right?
Lightning bolt of servings?
Those are servings.
Okay.
Those are servings, okay?
And really bad day versus not so bad.
Exactly. And then on Thursday, though, I'm going to want you to get rid of another one, so you're down to 2 servings, right? And then on Saturday and Sunday, you're going to be at 1. And you can divide that up into morning and afternoon, but come Monday, no more. All right? So you're going to wean off caffeine, okay?
So you got the plan coming off. That was actually the easy thing for me to tell you. You're probably asking yourself, so is everybody else who's on caffeine, well, how do I do that? So I want this to be sustainable, and I don't want it to be painful. So we put together a plan to make what we just described easy to do. So come around back here. We're going to walk through these. Remember, all these steps are critical, so I'm going to go through them all slowly. The first thing is to start your morning with a sparkling or warm, either one, sparkling or warm, iron-rich protein smoothie.
So we're going to, I know you like liquid breakfast, right? So we're going to do, you use coconut milk. We're going to add spinach. We're going to do some tofu, just a small amount of tofu that gets mixed in, and some pumpkin seeds. All of these are really, really rich in iron, okay? But little protein powder. I hear you're a peach lover. That's one of your favorite flavors. So we've got some frozen peaches. All you're going to do is throw this in the blender. But to give you that fizzy, you can just throw a little seltzer water into your smoothie in the morning, and you get those bubbles, you get that fizz, and it sort of gives you that pleasure.
Nice.
Okay? Now, people, this is great for soda lovers. A lot of people who are coffee drinkers or who like their caffeine in that warm ritual in the morning, doing a warm smoothie is a great way to do it. You just take and mix your ingredients into the blender like you would, and then you heat up whatever you're using. Your coconut milk, in this case, this looks like almond milk, and you heat it up, get it nice and warm, almost to the boil point, and then throw it in the blender and whiz it up. And then at the end, we put a little chia seeds in here, we give you a little bit of date, a little cinnamon. What I want you to remember, Jasmine, is like when you're making any kind of food at home, you have to make them your own. You have to flavor them, you have to play with them, you have to make it. But I will tell you, you've got to get your iron up. And so we need to get some more iron-rich foods in you, and one of the ways to do that is with a smoothie.
All right, now let's come over here. The next thing I want you to do is to get a thermos of caffeine-free green tea, plus something called Tulsi, which you probably haven't heard of.
No.
Most of America hasn't either. I want you to have this all day long and have it on hand. Dr. Low Dog.
Most of the time, we don't eliminate habits, we replace them, right? So you got to replace that afternoon chugging all afternoon with something that's healthier. And one of the best ways to do this is to just make you some holy basil, Tulsi, and green tea in the morning, mix it up, a couple tea bags of the Tulsi, a tea bag of your green tea. We're going to use decaf to just keep you off that caffeine. And then 2 tea bags, 1 tea bag, pour your water over it, let it sit for 5 to 7 minutes, and put it in your thermos. You don't have to drink this hot. If you're into iced in the afternoon, throw it over ice. But I want you to replace that with this, okay?
I've got 3 short tips, simple ones. This is a present that Dr. Low Dog brought you. It's a 2 p.m. slump snack, a no-bake energy bite.
Nice.
Quickly give us the idea what this is, and we'll put the recipe on droz.com.
So I've been making no-bake energy balls for our family and our kids for about 25 years. They use like rolled oats and almond butter or peanut butter. You can put dark chocolate chips in them. You can roll them in coconut. Whatever you sort of like, you can make them your own.
Good.
They're delicious, actually. But in the afternoon, I don't want you having that, I don't want chips, cookies, things that are going to drive your blood sugar up and down. I want you to have that sustained energy, okay? So these you can make up with your daughter. I know you've got a daughter. You can make these on Sunday. She can have them in the afternoon, too. They're high protein, and they're quite good. I mean, we use them a lot when we ski and hike and things like that. They're wonderful energy balls.
Let me finish this off with an important idea. Your vitamin D levels are low. We're going to give you vitamin D. Dr. Logo's going to stick with you. She has a little present for you.
Okay.
I want you to think of me every time you put this pedometer on and start walking, because energy begets energy, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're going to get you feeling good. I want you to use this pedometer every day.
All right.
You find the full plan to increase your energy without caffeine at droz.com. We'll be right back. I got all the confidence in you.
Next, these future doctors are giving Dr. Oz their best medical advice. From fever and sore throats to hiccups and headaches.
She's the youngest holistic healer I've ever met.
It's kids' health remedies that get an A from Dr. Oz. Coming up next.
We are bringing healthy back this season and want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to droz.com/tickets and sign up. These days, it really does seem like your doctor's getting younger and younger. Today, the future doctors that next to me are here to give their best medical advice. You guys are cute. So I've combed all over the country. These folks have wonderful insights. Meet young Dr. Alexandria. You gonna start us off? All right, guys, go back to your cables. They're gonna each share us their secret remedies. Now, Alexandria's remedy is for a fever. You're age 8, is that right?
Yes.
How'd you get so cute like that? Oh, I love it. Okay, what's the remedy? What do you do when you have a fever?
I get a washcloth and then I put it under cold water and then I put it in the freezer for a couple hours and then I put it in the freezer and I
That's fine. So once you take it out of the freezer, you put it on your head, is that right? And how many of these washcloths do you have to have?
2.
Why 2?
Because so when this starts to get wet and it starts to leak with water, then I get the other one that's in the freezer.
Is that a smart child? Is that a smart child? Do you ever fall asleep with one of those on your head? Must be very soothing.
Yes.
That's happened to you?
Yes.
I knew it had happened. Here's a picture of Alexandria that her mother sent us. There she is. How peaceful is that? So Alexandria is a doctor in the making. It's a fantastic way to make people feel more comfortable. I love the fact that you have 2 of those washcloths. You can switch them out. So again, put one in the freezer, take it out, put it on your head. As it softens up and starts to leak water out, put that in the freezer, get the other one out, and you trade them out. This is a little present to you. Since you're a young little doctor, put it in like that. You can listen to your heart, because I'm sure it's quite large. You'll be healing lots of people when you get older. It's a present to you. Take care, Alexandria. Thank you very much. All right, next is Sanaya. She's age 7, and I understand you have a remedy for a sore throat. And what is that?
That's when you have to take a popsicle.
A popsicle? Oh, they look good, popsicles. I love pop. How many popsicles do you need in order to heal a sore throat?
I would eat a whole box, but my mom won't let me, so I eat like 1 or 2 a day.
You would take the whole box, and who won't let you have the whole box?
My mom or my dad.
Your mother and father. They're always in the way. They're always in the way. So we have to do it just one like this?
Yeah.
And does it work immediately?
No.
It doesn't? How long does it take?
When you're done with it, it works.
When your tummy tells you. And what flavor do you like the most?
The lime one.
It is a good flavor. You know what? This absolutely works. It's a Dr. Oz approved version. Sanaya, thank you very much. Here's your little present. You can wear it as you wish. I love your little ribbon, by the way. Beautiful. Next is Dr. Cameron. He has a cure for something really important, hiccups. What do you do for your hiccups?
First, I drink a glass of water through a straw.
All right, glass of water through a straw. Literally gonna drink the whole glass of water through the straw. So Cameron's gonna drink the whole glass of water through the straw, which takes a little while. Are you breathing while you drink? You're really taking that down. He's very earnest about this, Dr. Cameron. All right, and then, now that you've finished off your water, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
How about the bag? What's the bag for?
I blow it into it 5 times.
Oh my goodness, 4, 5, all right, and then what?
And then I do a hiccup dance.
A hiccup dance?
A dance.
Can you show me the dance? Come on out here, so let me show you the dance. I'll do it with you, but you gotta teach it to me. How do you do it? All right. And does it work?
Yep.
Cameron, here's your stethoscope, a prize. I love your dancing. And finally, Dr. Danielle. Dr. Danielle says she has an alternative treatment for headaches, which is right. It's empty.
Yeah.
Why is it empty?
Because I do Reiki.
You do Reiki?
Yeah.
At age 9?
Yeah.
You don't know how Reiki's done? Most people don't know much about it. How long have you been doing Reiki for?
A year or 2.
Who taught you?
My Reiki master.
You have a Reiki master already at age 9?
Yeah.
Let's say I have a headache, for example.
Yeah.
Would you be able to cure my headache?
Yes.
You want to see this, guys? Yeah. All right, come on over here. Come on next to me if you don't mind. I'll be the patient. Oh, my head hurts. My head hurts. What do I do?
So first I center myself. And then I start to create this energy ball in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I feel ready, I put my hands on the person's head. And I think stuff in my head, like this person will get better, stuff like that.
I feel your hands. No, I really do. It's great. And how long do you do it for?
Until I feel like I should move on to the next part. And so I'm gonna move down to your shoulders.
Oh, very Daniel, you realize that headaches are often from the shoulders. That's great. Do you sense things differently when you do this?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, I'm sensing something. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present Danielle. She is the youngest holistic healer I've ever met. Wonderfully done. We'll be right back. Put a little love in your heart.
All month long, the ultimate guide to heart health.
The power to save your heart is in your hands.
All this February on the Dr. Oz Show.
So I found something that puts a whole new spin on breakfast in bed. I want you to check this out. The world's first bacon-scented pillowcase. That's right, this pillowcase smells just like cooked bacon. Supposedly it's going to get you to fall asleep more readily and give you sweet dreams. But I thought I'd ask the audience if they agree. Who wants to smell it? You know what? I got one victim here. Go ahead. What do you?
Ooh.
Would that put you to sleep?
It would wake me up in the morning.
It wake you
Definitely.
up?
I don't know about putting it.
They actually put the bacon scent in the ink on here. What do you think about that?
I smell bacon.
Would you put your head on that pillow?
Maybe.
Go ahead, take a whiff there.
Oh, I love bacon.
Would you dream of little pigs while you're sleeping?
Absolutely.
Here,
All day long.
it's all yours, sure. We got to take her. You know, I'm going to wait for the turkey bacon version. It might be a little healthier. All right. Now it's time for in case you missed it. First up, I bet everyone here can tell me their belly type. Do you have a muffin top, a low pooch, or it's just overall bloating? No matter what your belly type, there are ways to eat that can beat it. Here's one tip. To lose the muffin top, I want you to eliminate simple sugars and start your day off with these complex carbohydrates. You know, these complex carbohydrates gently release serotonin, very gradually. And that way your blood sugar is kept stable, you remain calm, and you feel fuller for longer. Finally, please be careful of dubious people online that make it seem like I'm endorsing their products. I don't. To see a full list of our trusted sponsorship partners, please go to DrOz.com, and I'll see you next time.